So my journey has been very extensive. It's been like a long process trying to get where I am and everything that I've accomplished. My grandmother originally taught me how to sew. I learned how to sew at the age of 12, and I've been designing ever since then. I always had a love and a passion for just doing things creative and working with my hands. And I attended the High School of Art and Design, and eventually I just started to really just create a system for myself, something that I just wanted to create a platform for myself, something that I knew that if I was going to wake up every single day, what would I love to do? That's honestly just making women look really beautiful. So I started LaQuam Smith brand in 2010. I was 21. And then I officially launched the business in 2013. Okay. So what that means is that, a lot of times when brands that are young and new, they launch a brand, it's still very hard. I think designing a collection is great, but really building a brand is something that is extensive and you have to work extremely hard on, and we're still building. Showcasing my first New York Fashion Week at the age of 21 was liberating. It was very exciting. It was always a dream of mine. And it's always one of those moments that I look back in time, because every time I'm designing a new collection, or if I'm designing something new for maybe a private client, and I get a little bit of a roadblock or I get creative block, I'm always reverting back to the first collection. I'm always looking at images of like the first season that I showcased, because you have to keep in mind like why did people fall in love with LaQuam Smith in the first place? And I think it was from the 2010 Water Goddess collection. That was something that completely inspired people, and you wanted to feel a part of it. Definitely, being on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list is such a huge accomplishment. It wasn't like on my goal list, but I think that like to be an independent company, to be an independent brand, and to just really know that like I've succeeded thus far and these are the things that I've accomplished, just gives me a lot of hope, and it gives me a lot of inspiration to really work harder and to really do more, to be honest with you. BigCommerce was actually one of my digital sponsors for the Fashion Week. We launched a brand new e-commerce website along with a brand new collection. It was one of those things where, let's get more engaged and more in touch with our consumers. All of the following that we have on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, why not bring that same energy to the actual presentation and to the website? So we put those two things into conjunction, and it was honestly like a huge success. I wanted to really focus on bringing glamour to streetwear, having a little bit of like a hard edge concept to it. I really was inspired by a lot of the textures and the patterns that I saw at the Premier Vision trade shows. I'm really in love with texture. I think that with the collections we try to reintroduce silhouettes that we've done in the past, because we know what works best, we know our client, and we just like to have a sense of elevation. We know that she's sexy, we know that she's daring, and we know that, she loves to be the center of attention. It's really more so catering to her needs in that way, but a sense of elevation for every season. Full winter, she's in a full velvet bomber and a full, neoprene booty. Like, that's her life. That's the way that she lives her life. And so I had a great time. My team is really awesome, and we just continue to brainstorm, build inspiration, and to build on who this LaQuam Smith woman is and where she's going. So I really love the fall collection. The creative process is kind of, it's a little bit all over the place. It's kind of extensive. Sometimes I do get creative blocks. I love music, I love hanging out with friends, I love being able to do a lot of research on Pinterest or Tumblr or even Instagram. I'll do some screenshots of like a really cool girl that I might follow on Instagram. Maybe on a Saturday night I'm watching like an old school Netflix movie film, and I'm like absolutely loving like, what like Michelle Pfeiffer's wearing in Scarface, so I'll screen grab that image and do more references. So it's extensive, it's very lengthy. I don't try so hard to find inspiration, I just try to let it come to me as organically as possible. And it's just a process of building, and I'm a very visual person, so we always like print out images, and we're just different clippings, different fabrics and different textures, colors, moods. That's kind of the creative process for building a collection. LaQuam Smith is definitely going to, you know, it's going to be a household name within the next 5 to 10 years. I'm looking to do more partnerships, more collaborations. You know, I would love to definitely be sold in Barney's, Bergdorf's, and, you know, just keep growing as much as I possibly can.